how's it going? Welcome back. This is Amy, and if you're new, welcome to my little rhyme. Oh, I cracked myself up. It is a Thursday, and I am videoing this on Thursday morning, 9:29. It says, 'cause it's going to be hot, hot, hot. It's going to be July is going to burn, due to the heat, and maybe I'm sure there's going to be more fires because it's hot. But yeah. So let's do the weather update really quick because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So today, Thursday, June 27th, it's going to be 93 degrees. This is the coolest it's going to be for this week and probably the rest of July. I'm not kidding. Yeah, so it says 93. We have a nice little breeze outside. It's really nice this morning. It says it's 72 right now, but it feels a little cooler. But it's going to be in the low 90s to 100 through Sunday. And then Monday, the 1st of July, we are going to start with July being on fire. Yeah. Monday's 105. Now that's really hot. Now, I didn't explain my extremely hot in the last video where I explained my degrees of hot and what I call them. So the really hots were about 105 to the 110s somewhere, but actually up to 105 to like 109 is really hot. The extremely hots are the 110 pluses. Okay. And that could be 115s, 117s. We've had that. We might have even had a 120. I don't know. It probably was years ago. But yeah. So Tuesday we're looking at 109 and Wednesday, the 3rd, is going to be 112. Extremely hot. Extremely hot. And our good old 4th of July is going to be really hot. Extremely hot, I should say. It's going to be 108. And we're going to have 108s, 109s. We're going to be 105 through Sunday, the 7th. And then it's going to go back down to hot, really hot. What was this? This is Wednesday. Lost my place. 107. The 8th through the 11th is going to fluctuate between 104s and 103s. So that's through July 11th is over the hundreds every day. I hope my phone's lying, but July is when we usually get those really high extreme heats. So it's just to be expected. On a side note, I did go get a little pool to sit my butt in, or at least dip my feet in. I don't know how long that's going to last because the one I wanted that had plastic sides that you just pop up. They didn't have any at Walmart. They were out. And so we're going to see if the cats break this pool. Anyway, it's a Little Mermaid Lagoon, and we have a little shark inner tube, which is going to be fun. It's going to come in use starting July 1st. Hopefully I can get it set up, but yeah, it's a kid pool, and I'm an adult, and I get that, but we have this weather, and it's kind of like a requirement. There is no shame. There is no shame. You just worry about the cats destroying your pool. Anyway, that is your weather update for Thursday, June 27th. You're welcome. From Northern California. Okay. Had to shut my door. Where were we at? Yeah, we just did the weather update. Really hot and extremely hot. That's the gist of it. And so we are gathered here today to do a book haul. I did get some books at the Goodwill. I did find a few. I found some that I was really wanting to get, and it was 3 books. They actually had all 3 there. And I have one book I got off of eBay arrived. And then, yeah, so I just have a little Goodwill book haul with one book from eBay. So let's get started. So the book I got from eBay, so in December, I'm kind of doing this little readathon for myself. Like, I mean, anybody else can join, but it's not, I mean, there's no prizes or it's just something I wanted to do a little readathon for myself in the holiday time. So I had originally wrote out a bunch of different books that I wanted to do, calling it the 12 Days of Christmas. But and they didn't necessarily have to be a Christmas book, but it just had to go along with the 12 Days of Christmas song. And I was going to do that. I'm kind of still fluctuating back and forth. I don't know. Because some of the books I picked are really long. And so it's going to be more than the 12 Days of Christmas. It's going to be like all of Christmas and 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks of November, probably. But anyway, and then I'm kind of going back and forth that I'm going to do all Christmas books, but it might not associate with the 12 Days of Christmas song, but it'll just be like 12 days of Christmas reading. Well, more than 12 days of Christmas, all of Christmas. But anyway, so I don't know. So I got this book I was looking at from when I first was looking at books to do for the little Christmas readathon. And I found it on eBay, so I went ahead and got it. And this is The 12 Drummers Drumming by C.C. Binnison. And I believe it's a British mystery. Yeah, it's a paperback. I can never pronounce it. I want to say Batan, but that's not how it's written. It's written Bantam, Bantam. Yeah. Um, but I always say Batan, and that's how I'm going to continue to say it. So anyway, I got this book off of eBay. I think it was under $4, free shipping. So it's a Christmas mystery. It says a crime novel that Agatha Christie might have been justly proud to claim as her own. Margaret Maron. Um, yeah, it's a little mystery. So it's set in this little English town. Um, but it's really short. It is, well, really short. It's an average length. Let's just do that. And it has a little sneak peek for the next one, which I thought he had more. It's the writer's, I think a guy. Yeah, thought I seen this picture. Yeah, it's a guy. Uh, but apparently this was the first one because I thought, it was maybe he did the 12 Days of Christmas mysteries and they were in order, but he started from the last one. So anyway, and then there's a little preview for the next one, which is 11 Pipers Piping. And then he has one that's 10 Lords a Leap. So I did want to get those two, but I wasn't sure. I thought, well, and I'm not going to read this till Christmas, so I'm not going to know if I'm going to like it or not to get the other ones. And the other ones I wanted paperback, but when I'm looking on eBay, they only had them in hardback I could find. So I don't know. And they weren't so they were under, again, $5 or $4. But anyway, this one's about Father Tom Christmas moves to the picturesque English hamlet of Thornford Regis to become its new vicar and to seek a peaceful haven. But inside the empty village hall, a huge Japanese Odaiko drum. I I I I know what that looks like. If I find a picture, I can put it up. A daiko drum that's featured in the Mayfair festivities has been viciously sliced open, and curled up inside is the bludgeoned body of Sabella Perry, the daughter of the choir director. My God, no one is safe. Realizing this village is not the refuge he'd hoped for, Father Tom comes to a disturbing conclusion. Sabella's killer must be one of his parishioners. No one is above suspicion, not Sebastian John, the Verger, deeply reserved Verger, nor Mitsuko Drew, a local artist, nor Colonel Northmore, survivor of a World War II prison camp, and over all hangs the long unsolved mystery of a sudden disappearance, one that brought Father Tom to this picturesque, perfect place to live or die. So anyway, with 12 drummers drumming. So that sounded interesting to me. That sounded like a little fun Christmas mystery, and a little picturesque English village. I don't know what a hamlet is. I'm assuming it's a small town. Yeah. And then the next one, like I said, is 11 Pipers Piping, and they have a little chapter preview at the end of the book. Says if you enjoyed 12 Drummers Drumming, you won't want to miss more of Father Tom Christmas in the world of Thornford Regis. Read on for a sneak peek. Yeah. So that's that one, and that one is, how much did I say that? How many pages? Pages is, it's 370 something. It is 370. Yeah. 370. So, yeah, that's not long at all. So that sounded like a cute little mystery to have for your cozy Christmas readathon. Up there. And this one, oh, so yeah, that one I got off eBay. So now we'll go through the ones I bought from Goodwill. So I found this little gem. I seen the movie, the movie from the 90s with Daniel Day-Lewis and Madeline Stowe. So this is Last of the Mohicans by James Fenimore Cooper. So this is a classic. And like I said, I seen that version of the movie. This is a Penguin classic too. I love Penguin classics. I seen the 90s version of the movie and I absolutely loved it. I love Daniel Day-Lewis in that. It was great. The cinematography was great. Just the surroundings, it was beautiful. But yeah, so I thought I had this and then I remembered the book that I have. It's an older book and it's fallen apart too, the cover. I have Drums Along the Mohawk, which I have had that for years and I don't remember where I got it. But yeah, so this one this was $1.99. And it is, so if you don't know what this is about, it's about the French Indian Wars. Before the Revolution, there was the French and Indian Wars, and says anger by the values of his materialistic society, Hawkeye lives apart from other white men, sharing the solitude and sublimity of the wilderness with his Mohican Indian friend Chingachgook. Chingachgook. I only know how to pronounce that, because I remember hearing it in the movie. So if I was to see this name and not have seen the movie and seen how it was pronounced, I would not have known. But as the savagery of the French and Indian War tests these exiled men, they agree to guide two sisters in search of their father through hostile Indian territory. Tragic, fast-paced, and stocked with the elements of a classic frontier adventure, massacres and raids, innocent settlers, hardened soldiers, renegade Indians, and doomed love affair, the novel's enduring value lies in its contributions to the American frontier mythos and its insights into the friendship between two men at odds with their own people. So yeah, so basically, these two sisters, so they come to America. Their father is a military person. I don't know. I can't remember what his status was. He's on because we haven't went through the revolution. It's the British in America. It's not necessarily Americans yet. But so he's a British officer, their father, and so there's this war going on. So it's called the French Indian War, but what it is French Indian War. The the British are involved because they're here settled in the colonies because we're not America yet. And so the French have some allies with some of the Indians and they're fighting the British. And the British have some allies with some of the Indians. So it's called the French Indian War, but yet the British are involved too. So don't get sidetracked and say it's just the French fighting the Indians. That's not necessarily how it is. But anyway, that's the part of history, and I can't remember. I don't know the time frame unless it's I don't. But this so yeah, we have an introduction. This was published in 1826. Um, James Fenimore Cooper. So he wrote The Pathfinder, The Deerslayer, The Prairie. Um, thought it would give a little rough estimate timeline when this. I mean, I know it was before the Revolution, so. Um, but anyway, so yeah, they come to the two sisters come. They're going to come visit their father, and there's this war going on, and things get displaced, and so they're um, somehow they get split up because there's a raid. Well, in the movie, there's a raid on the fort, and everybody gets split up. So this Hawkeye and a goes with he ends up in the mix with helping um, get these girls to their father because in the midst of war, everything is in shambles and, people are dying. And so it's about, um, Cora is her name. The two sisters, Cora and, well, I think somebody wrote in this. Cora and I can't think of the other girl's name. But the movie was, it was great. It was lovely. Um, well, I can't think. She has a sister. Her sister's name is something. Maddie. I don't know. That's it's probably not it. Anywho, so it's just in a little adventure, and it has sad parts, funny parts. The movie did, so I'm assuming this is going to take on the same type of thing. But it's a little adventure story about a certain part of our American history. Yeah, I was excited to find that one. Yeah, $1.99 Penguin paperback. I love the Penguin paperbacks because they're just so easy to hold. They feel nice. And then this one, I found a hardback at Goodwill for $3.99. When I first got it, I thought it was $2.99, and then I didn't have my glasses on, so that's anyway. I got home. It's still not bad. So I was looking at to read this for July. This book I had looked online when I thought about buying it through eBay. Um, because I was trying to do a summer theme for July. And so this has the title Summer in it. And I thought that would be perfect. Plus, it goes along with our Independence Day history. And so, trying to put my note. I revised my list and I didn't get it and I wasn't going to do it. And then when I was at Goodwill, I found it and I was like, oh my God. And it looks practically new. Pages are great. The hardcover is great. It's called Revolutionary Summer by Joseph J. Ellis. It's a nonfiction. I don't know if you can see that painting down there. It's awesome. So that painting, I looked inside and it said it was the Battle of Long Island, is what that was. But I was so happy to get this one. I was like, it was a good haul day at Goodwill for me. Even though I didn't get an enormous amount of books, the books I got, I was extremely happy because I had actually been looking for most of them. Um, but yeah, it has some pictures in here, and it's a very short history book. Um, because I'm like, can you write a nonfiction under 200 pages? Well, apparently you can because Joseph did. Joseph wrote this and it's under 200 pages. So this will be a nice add to my July reading anyway. It's 185 pages. Like, for real. Oh, that is it. This is without the cover. It's really nice. It's like brand new. It's Knopf, Alfred A. Knopf Publishers. I was so excited. Oh man, you don't know me and my geekiness of gathering history books that I'm in, especially the American Revolution, that's my jam. Um, and they did have another one, another Cokie Roberts one. I thought it was the same, but they titled it different, but it's not. She wrote another one, and they had two copies of it there. I may have to go back. I'm going back on the 1st, I believe, because I have some more errands to run. I was in town because I had to drop off a bunch of stuff at Goodwill that we were getting rid of. So all the book unhauls that I did so far in my videos, I finally took them off. I dropped them off. We had a bunch of clothes. We've been going through our closets, a bunch of clothes, and a few other things. And it's basically books and clothes I dropped off. But anyways, and then I picked up books. But I got rid of so many books, and plus I have four more. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more bags, like Walmart bags of books to go through. And so I'll be doing some unhaul videos of those. And I plan on doing like two bagfuls per month. So I have 3 more months. That'll be 3 months unhaul videos. Why I'm not doing it all at once? Because it would be a really long video. And some of it's not fiction. It's just books that some of it's not my books, but books we collected here nobody wants. But yeah, so there's more unhaul videos to come. But yeah, I gotten rid of a ton of books. But yeah, the Revolutionary Summer. So excited. And it's in such good condition. It's like new. So it says, distinctive portrait of the crescendo moment in American history from the Pulitzer Prize winning American historian Joseph J. Ellis. The summer months of 1776 witnessed the most consequential events in the story of our country's founding. While the 13 colonies came together and agreed to secede from the British Empire, the British were dispatching the largest armada ever to cross the Atlantic to crush the rebellion in the cradle. The Continental Congress and the Continental Army were forced to make decisions on the run, improvising as history congealed around them. In a brilliant and seamless narrative, Ellis meticulously examines the most influential figures in this moment, including George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, Ben Franklin, the Britain's Admiral Lord Richard Howe, and General William Howe. He weaves together the political and military experiences as two sides of a single story, showing how events on one front influenced outcomes on the other. Revolutionary Summer tells an old story in a new way with a freshness at once colorful and compelling. Anyway, here's Joseph. Maybe get it together. Anyway. That's better. Yeah, so got another. This is for reading in July, of course, because it's our 4th of July here in America. And yeah, it's under 200 pages. And we have some pictures. I say pictures in the book, but it's, really they're paintings or drawings or stuff like that. There's a few pages of things. The people. Yeah. Anyway, so happy to get that to add that to my collection of American history. And then this little one I got, my sister said she was collecting these too, but I thought, oh, I should collect these in case we ever have a little kid come and visit. Probably not. It's just to collect. But now I pronounce this Bernstein, and I look at it, and that's not how doesn't seem it's pronounced. It's Berenstain. Berenstain Bears? I've always said Bernstein Bears, and I'm going to continue to say Bernstein Bears. Because now it sounds funny for me to say it the other way. But, I mean, that's That's the way. This is called the Bernstein Bears and the Sitter. So this little book, I was actually looking, there was a couple of these on eBay I was looking at that looked really cute. There was one about adopting a pet, and uh, this one, and then there was another one, something about too much happy birthday or something. But yeah, on the back it shows collect them all. But this was only 99 cents. So it's a cute little kids picture book. These bears, they're always actually I have at the dollar store maybe last year, well, not this Easter, maybe it was last Easter. I found a little stuffed stuffed toy at the dollar store. It was the mama bear and the papa bear. And I got them for my dogs, for dogs toys there at the dollar store. So they actually have the mama bear and the papa bear as for a little toy, my doggy girls. But yeah, this anyway, somebody comes to babysit. Well, the parents go out. The kids are probably thinking, "Oh God, not this lady again." That's probably how the kids thought of me when I came to babysit. They're like, "Not this lady, not Amy again." Um, yeah, I babysat a lot. And I'm retired from babysitting, by the way. But yeah, the Sitter Bernstein Bears, or you want to pronounce it like that. I'm gonna be my own style, my own vocabulary. And then now the grand finale, because I got, oh shoot, it's falling apart. Oh, it's falling apart. I got one, two, three, six books from Goodwill, and then I got the one from eBay. So these last three, I was looking at. I had been looking at them. I was wanting to get. It's a trilogy. I'd wanted to get the first book. I was looking at it on eBay because the first book was going to be part of my December readathon I was going to do. It had associated with one of those lyrics. And I seen this version on eBay and I really wanted to get it, but I didn't really. I think it was either $7 or $13. I can't remember, but I thought, no, I'll not get it. And then I found a copy on eBay that was cheaper, and I thought, oh, I'll get that. And it was a different cover, but on eBay it showed the cover. The cover was different that I thought I was purchasing. I thought it was the ones that I really wanted the cover, and it turned out to be a different cover. It was like the movie cover version, but I was like, okay, that's all right. I'll get it anyway. And so that is Lord of the Rings. Um, so this is what I got at Goodwill just recently, and I actually got all three books were there in excellent shape, practically new. This one has a little crease on the back, but other than that, they are all in good shape. Good shape. Like new. I don't even know. The first one might have got read, um but this is the versions. This is the version I seen on Goodwill. Not Goodwill. Amazon. I wanted this cover version, and I just, I thought that's what I was getting when the one I ordered off eBay, which happened to come in this version, even though the picture was this version. And I wasn't going to go through the trouble to send it back. I was fine. I just wanted to get the story because I wanted them in the individual story in individual books, because a long time ago at Barnes and Noble, I think on the bargain shelf, I got this book, which is all the stories in one book. And it's the movie version cover too. Because it says a complete best-selling classic, now an epic motion picture trilogy. So that's how old that is. But it has a little wear and tear. And I thought when so I got this one. I'm gonna take that out. I can leave it in. Doesn't matter. Just erase my name. I got this thinking I was gonna start reading them, which I really do. I mean, I want I've never read them. So I thought, well, sure, we'll get it all in one book. But it's like if I'm reading this book and I want to take it with me, like I'm reading the story, I don't really want to carry around this book versus this book. You know, I'm reading one story. I just want to take a take along if need be, or even around the house, even if I go outside and read in the, whatever. This is heavy, but yeah. So I'm donating these two back to Goodwill, and I'm keeping these three that I just got for $1.99 each. So yeah, that's my fantastic find. Other than the the history one I got. But yeah, so I found this. So I was super happy. They had all three of them there. They're $1.99, and I have the cover I want. I have the cover I want. And that's so important. It's like if you see a book and a certain cover, they have multiple printings and different things, and then you come across a cover that you really like and you really want to keep that one. And I don't know, that's the way I am with some books. Not all books. Some books I get a lot of paperbacks just because they're easier to store, like on the shelf. You usually have more room and to carry around. um Hardbacks, there's certain books that I collect that I just want the hardbacks. A lot of the nonfiction history ones, I usually like the hardbacks, but sometimes I'll take a paperback. It doesn't matter. But a lot of fiction I usually get in the paperback. Anyway, so that is my haul from Goodwill. We see it. Yeah, that's the Goodwill haul. Can I take a picture of myself? No. Okay. Never mind. It's falling apart. Oh shoot. There we go. Yeah. So we got those books. Excellent, excellent day at Goodwill. There wasn't a lot of other fiction. I was looking for, fiction thriller uh books that might be in. They had a lot. There's now they don't this Goodwill I go to, it's not a big they don't have a big book section. It's like two big bookshelves, like in the middle of the floor, like on not against the wall, but it's just, book stand up bookshelves. And that's the only place they have their books. It's just there. So the hardback section is usually on one side, and then you go from like paperbacks on the inside to the other bookcase that has paperbacks on the inside, and then on the outside there's more of a variety of miscellaneous. And then on the ends, the 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 ends of each bookcase, they have books. And so like the front end, or I call it the front end, would have paperbacks like fiction, and then the back ends are usually paperbacks or books with like self-help or religious or something like that. But anyway, it's a very small, so to go and actually find good they're always in, usually I haven't seen a book that's been in horrible shape there, I don't think. Um to have the luck for me to find the books that I'm really interested in getting eventually coming through there. I'm so thankful that people donate to the Goodwill I mean, somebody just unhauled. There was one whole couple of shelf sections, and this one little section, probably like a two, maybe a 3 foot section, on two shelves. There was like little paperbacks. It's the Louis L'Amours. So somebody unhauled their whole Louis L'Amour library. But yeah, so I might go back on the first and see if there's a couple of history books there I didn't get, that I thought, oh, after I got home, I was like, I should have got them. But one was about Eleanor Roosevelt, and then another one was about, it was called Ladies of Liberty. It's women in the American Revolution. And I thought there was a third one. I can't remember, but there was at least those two I thought was oh yes, there was another book on American history. it was called the Jonestown Flood, something like that. It was by David McCullough, who wrote 1776 and a few other books. But yeah, it was a good day. So thanks for stopping by. And if you cross your fingers and have high hopes, we'll be back here on Tuesday. And Tuesday will be the first book talk in July. So we're getting there, and it's going to be super hot. Um, yeah. I'll give you an update if I got that pool up and filled, and if the cats attacked me or it. Yeah. But yeah. Have a good weekend, and stay cool out there. It's gonna be a hottie. Thanks.